The search for psilocybin mushrooms, commonly called magic mushrooms for their hallucinogenic properties, has led people into a deadly minefield where the price of misidentification isn't a bad trip, it's liver failure and death. The overlap between hallucinogenic mushrooms and deadly species creates a particularly dangerous scenario where people seeking psychoactive experiences accidentally consume lethal toxins, often realizing their mistake too late for effective medical intervention. The habitat and appearance overlap between psilocybin-containing mushrooms and deadly species isn't coincidental. They occupy similar ecological niches and therefore evolved similar physical characteristics. Both often grow on wood, in similar climatic conditions, during similar seasons. Both can be small brown mushrooms that require careful observation to distinguish. And both can grow in the same locations, sometimes within feet of each other, creating situations where someone hunting psilocybin mushrooms might collect a deadly Galerina or Foliatina species mixed in with their intended harvest. Identification features that distinguish psilocybin mushrooms from deadly lookalikes require careful attention to details that intoxicated or inexperienced foragers often miss. Psilocybin mushrooms typically bruise blue where handled, a reaction caused by psilocin oxidation. But this bruising can be subtle, and some non-psilocybin species also show bluish discoloration from different chemical reactions. Spore print color differs between psilocybin species and many toxic lookalikes, but taking spore prints requires patience and proper technique. Habitat specificity matters. Particular psilocybin species grow on specific substrates like cow dung or certain wood species, but toxic mushrooms can grow in the same environments. The psychological factors unique to this scenario compound the danger. People expecting intoxication effects might interpret early poisoning symptoms as the beginning of a psychedelic experience rather than recognizing them as medical emergencies. Nausea and disorientation could be attributed to the intended drug effects rather than amatoxin poisoning. This delayed recognition means crucial hours pass before seeking medical help. Additionally, the illegal status of psilocybin in many jurisdictions creates reluctance to seek emergency treatment. People fear prosecution more than they fear mysterious symptoms, leading to deadly delays in care. Medical amnesty laws in some regions specifically protect patients seeking emergency treatment for drug-related problems from prosecution, recognizing that fear of legal consequences shouldn't prevent people from accessing life-saving medical care. These laws represent harm reduction approaches acknowledging that people will use drugs despite prohibition, and public health is better served by ensuring those people can get emergency help without legal jeopardy. In jurisdictions without such protections, poisoning victims face the terrible choice between potentially dying from mushroom poisoning or risking criminal charges by admitting they were seeking illegal psychoactive mushrooms. Harm reduction messaging for people who will forage for psilocybin mushrooms despite the risks focuses on minimizing danger rather than simply saying "don't do it" and hoping for compliance. The absolute necessity of expert identification cannot be overstated. Getting species confirmation from someone with genuine mycological expertise rather than relying on internet guides or friends' advice. The danger of crowdsourced identification from online forums or social media cannot be emphasized enough. And understanding that mushroom identification apps are dangerously unreliable, particularly for distinguishing between similar-appearing species where one is psychoactive and another is deadly. Case studies of deaths from misidentified magic mushrooms reveal tragic patterns. Young people trusting online identification guides consume deadly Galerina marginata thinking they've found psilocybin mushrooms. Groups of friends share misidentified mushrooms, resulting in multiple simultaneous poisonings that overwhelm regional medical resources. Someone purchases what they're told are psilocybin mushrooms from an unreliable source, consuming deadly species that were either misidentified or intentionally substituted. Each case represents a preventable death where better information might have changed outcomes. The irony is that cultivated psilocybin mushrooms are widely available in regions where they're legal or quasi-legal, eliminating identification uncertainty entirely. Home cultivation from verified spore sources similarly removes the misidentification risk that makes foraging wild psilocybin mushrooms so dangerous. But the romanticism of foraging and the illegal status in many areas push people toward wild collection with its inherent risks.